What's up, guys? Welcome to Inner Peace with Netta. I'm Netta, and welcome to this channel. Today, I will be talking about fear. So, what is fear? Fear is any emotion that is triggered through perception of danger or through your imagination. Okay? So, there's two forms of fear. It's true fear and false fear. So, the true fear is an example, if you're walking down a block, if you live in a city, or you're walking down the road, if you live on the countryside, and you see a lion come out of nowhere walking towards you, you are going to feel some true fear, because that is some true fear. Because you don't know if you're going to be eaten or if it's going to walk right past you. But you know you're not going to stay there and wait for it. So, the second one is false fear. And that's the one where it just may be in your imagination, like you're thinking the worst out of a situation. And you may be exaggerating a situation because you just have this fearful perception. And that can be, okay, say you lose your job. The next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. I can't take care of my family. I'm going to lose my home. Yeah, if you're coming from a peaceful space, you can create a plan and you can come from a space from within you that you know that you are safe and you are protected. Because false fear, you feel unsafe. Okay, with true fear as well, but false fear, it's a perception, and it's in your imagination. So in reality, you're good, but in your mind, that false fear, you're causing all this anxiety. And whether it's true fear or false fear, it's hitting your nervous system the same way. You know, your sympathetic nervous system. And it gives out that fight or flight mode. And this is, you know, when you get triggered, that triggered emotion, you know, and just having a fight or flight mode when it's false fear, it's unnecessary, but I can't, you know, I'm not judging because I've been there. And I have to continuously work on it. So that's why I made this video today, because I'm like, in this climate we are in now, people are definitely living in fear. And it's fear of the unknown. And what I'm learning about the unknown is it's a blank canvas. And you can create anything. Now, if you live with the mindset of you have no control over your life, you know, like you're not the co-creator, or you're not owning your power, or you just have this lack or scarcity mentality, or just this victim mentality, then you're definitely going to live in fear, and you're not going to be able to smell the roses, you know. And I used to be that way as well. And I have to be mindful when I am triggered, like, hey, you know better, you have tools, you know, you could learn more and just apply. So that when you do have this fear come up, you can ask it and lean into it. Is this really real? So, in society, from social media to the news media, you know, news networks, and just worldwide, it's fear mongers everywhere. And this manipulates people in society. This is why we have a lot of separations, because it's just fear mongers that manipulate the people, and it's disgusting. Because it's fear mongers, to me, I feel like you're trying to insult people's intelligence, and for some, you know, some people feel like, no, not necessarily, but yes, you are creating fear to manipulate people so that you can get them to move the way that you want. So that's another form of fear, but as a whole, as humanity. And when you start to question and challenge your beliefs and challenge other people's perspectives and as your own, and just things that people say to you, whether it's your government or your family or your spouse, you have to challenge it and check it and to see if it resonates for you. Because it's a lot of fear being spread around in society, and it's just so unnecessary, and it causes more harm. It's a problem, not a solution. We don't need no more problems, okay? Even though problems are here for us to grow and be challenged, but if you're adding more problems to the problems that we have already, and that's what fear does, then you're not part of the solution. You are part of the problem. So, do not be a problem to yourself or society. Okay? So, I wanted to focus on giving y'all some 8 tips on how to overcome fear. Okay? So, the false fear. So, with the false fear, like I said before, it can be a situation, even simple as maybe you think your spouse is cheating on you. Then you come up with all types of things in your head when you don't even have concrete evidence. Maybe you didn't even ask. Or, you just have this betrayal that's being triggered. Maybe some past hurts. Everything is being triggered. So, I'm going to start with the tips then. The first one, lean into it with your mind and your body. Okay? Lean into the fear. Do not run away from it, because it's going to run after you. Lean into it. And feel it. Feel it in your body energetically. You may feel it in your body where the fear is. And this is how this ease is created when we're having this internal conflict and we don't handle it and having these fears. That starts to eat up our bodies, So lean into it so that you can acknowledge it. Acknowledge the fear so that you can conquer it. Okay? So the second one is breathe and stop. I made a pranayama video. Okay? And you need to breathe. Okay? Just breathe, and more breathing, and just stop and be present. Practice mindfulness, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3 is write out your thoughts. Write out your thoughts. Do some brain dumping to see why you feeling this way. What is the fear, so that you can see the fear on paper. You may be visualizing, imagining this fear. But if you actually write it out and let it flow on paper, you can read it to yourself to see, oh, this is what's coming up, and this is why this is triggering this fear. If you don't like writing, you can record yourself and just brain dump and just saying everything that is on your mind until it's clear. Stop the video, breathe, take a walk, meditate, whatever you need to do. Come back, watch the video, and I bet you tell yourself why you are fearful. Okay? And read between the lines of what you say as well. Also, number 4, fear. Sometimes fear won't clear up right away, or if you're not going to do the other 3 tools, just do it anyway. I mean, even after you do the first 3 tips, do it anyway. Do it while you're scared. I feel like that builds your confidence as well. There is plenty of things that I have started, and created and done, such as like my podcast and doing like an IG series and just starting my business. I was scared as hell. I was scared. And a lot of things, new projects that I'm working on now, was kind of like old projects I was started and I didn't finish it because I was scared. And now that I'm finishing projects, it's like, well, damn, you should have started. You should have finished. You should have been scared. You spent so much time being so scared and fearful, when that just adds to your confidence. It just gives you this confidence boost. When I went skydiving, I was scared. I wasn't as scared as I thought I was, but I was scared, and I still did it anyway. So just do it anyway. Number 5, call out your fear. Once you realize and you understand the fear, call it out. Like, fear, I see you. I see you. So call it out. So once you call it out, that's another way of acknowledging it. But call it out. Call it out. That's like a bully being called out by a person who is standing up for themselves, who is not scared of the bully and gets called out. What the bully gonna do? So call it out. Number 6, visualize your success, because when you're in your fear, you're not visualizing success. So visualize success, not failure. Okay? Number 7, keep a positive attitude. All right? Just with anything in life, just know that there is always a way out. And there's always a solution to your problem. There is nothing you will go through in this life that you can't handle. And I remember learning that at a very young age, okay? And it's just the absolute truth and the fact of life. There is nothing you will go through that you cannot handle. But what I would have wished I had then was more of the positive, loving mindset instead of the fearful. Because when you think about something, it expands. So if you think in fearful thoughts, you're blocking your abundance and your blessings. Don't do that. It's a process. It's, reprogramming yourself, how you talk to yourself, that growth mindset, that shifting your mindset. And it's something you have to do consistently and reinforce, positive reinforcement, okay? So, last but not least, number 8, get help. Maybe you could get a mentor, a coach, a therapist. But honestly, to move forward, coaching, okay? Coaching or some type of teaching, spiritual teaching, something to build up your self-mastery skills, your emotional maturity, reading books, But when I say get help, yeah, you can do it that way. But I mean, like a physical person, a friend, family, someone who supports you and who has a growth mindset, okay? Someone that supports you and empowers you and has a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. When you're living in fear, your mind is fixed. Okay? So, those are the 8 tools, or 8 tips, should I say, for overcoming fear. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like, share, subscribe. I love you guys.